Dear students and other viewers, welcome to another session of Narayana Engineering College, Nellore. I am V.V.RAO, Associate Professor and Verbal Trainer in Narayana Engineering College, Nellore. Today, we go for the fifth unit of Professional Ethics in Engineering, a mandatory course. In this unit, we are going to understand many things about corporate companies. Whether it is a small company or a big company, they should follow certain morals and values. So, in this unit, we are going to understand what is morally just for MNCs and how these morals are useful for multinational corporations who start their branches in other countries. So, what are the benefits to them as well as to the host countries? We understand here. And in the same way, we also understand computer ethics. Nowadays, every work or every task is linked to computer work. What shifts are caused in power relationships by computers is also discussed here. And what are the issues arise from computer ethics? And also we are going to understand in this unit the role of engineers in developing weapons, powerful weapons. And finally, what is the responsibility of multinational companies to the society? So these are the things we are going to understand in this unit. MNC's business should do more overall good than bad towards the economy. That means the main point here, whether it is big company or a small company, particularly MNCs, they should go for good to the host countries where they earn something. And they should also respect local laws and regulations. And the wages or salaries paid also must fulfill the needs of the local people. There are safety laws in every country. Workers may be so desperate for income to feed their families that they will work under almost any conditions. Poor people who work for their daily living, they are ready to work under any conditions. So MNC should not take the benefit of that condition and should not exploit them. Pay workers for the extra risk, and they should also keep in mind the workers must be paid extra if they do extra work or take extra risk. Good judgments exercised in good faith, always it is true. Good judgments exercised in good faith. That means their bond, that means employers and employees bond must be faithful. Then automatically good judgments occur, not based on abstract principles. Based on faith, the relation and bond must be there. What are the benefits to MNCs? That means if they come and start their companies or branches in other countries, so what are the benefits to them? Inexpensive labor. That means not completely free, but when compared to developed countries here, the expenditure on labor is very less. Availability of natural resources. They can use natural resources of other countries. Favorable tax conditions, because their business is also beneficial to this host country, so they give some benefits on tax. Fresh markets for products, automatically market increases and it is a fresh market. Of course, host countries also get some benefits. Local people get jobs. That means new job creation is possible. Greater pay and greater challenge. Definitely, these are MNCs and they can pay more. Transfer of advanced technology. Unknowingly, the advanced technology developed by MNCs is also shared by host countries or underdeveloped countries. Social benefits from sharing wealth. Automatically, social benefits also will arise because of sharing the wealth. Coming to computer ethics, it deals with the evaluation of and decision making in a variety of moral problems caused by computers. So, computer ethics analyzes, understands, and gives us suggestions regarding the computer issues. Power relationship caused by computers nowadays, in every field, in every task, computers are used. And with the development of AI, also computers have become very important part of any administration. Job elimination, is it real or not? Computers still continue to lead to elimination of jobs. Not completely, but to some extent, computers also cause elimination of jobs. While employees cannot be paid when there is no work, all attempts are to be made by employers to readjust work assignments and retain employees. That's why they go for elimination of jobs. The absence of this practice creates an employee or a public backlash against the introduction of computers. If it is not done, they cannot introduce the computers and complete their work in time with less cost. Customer relations. How would be customer relations? It is very easy for a customer to notice an error in a computer printout. So computer, it gives factuals from the data. So customers and others can easily identify if there is any mistake. Here, moral sense and long-term business requirement requires that policy should be made favorable to consumers. So, as it is directly linking with the customers and the consumers, they also must frame everything correctly and promptly. Biased software. And every software developed should favor the customers also or the public also. Stock trading. Stock trading is also important for the development of any company. Automatic hands off trading of stocks and currency can be performed because of a computer work, benefiting the trading community, but it will harm the intended purposes. But sometimes it may cause harm to the purposes of the company. Unrealistic expectations. Sometimes sales personnel have a tendency to oversell systems. Sometimes it may happen overselling of systems that are too large for customer requirement. That means actually the customer may not need that much of a size of computers, but they may sell, and sometimes which is not ready for sale also. Political power. As the computers and technology increased, particularly AI introduced, for employers it became very easy to understand the pulse of a public, and accordingly, like a political people, they can make their speeches and works and mails, everything that will suit to the needs of the public. Military weapons. Computerized military weapons, even if perfected, will only make opposing countries to develop their striking or responding capability, which is not healthy for the world. So, if one country increases the power of their weapons with the computer knowledge, what will happen? It tends others also to increase the power of their weapons. What are the issues in computer ethics? Failures can occur due to either hardware or software. So sometimes there is possibility for failure in work because of hardware or software. Hardware errors do not occur frequently, but software errors are the major failures of the computers. And hardware errors are easily detected, whereas software errors, to detect them, it takes time. Trial runs are absolutely essential to check the program. That's why any advancement in computer knowledge must be tested. Trial runs are very, very necessary, and then only they must implement the new software. New computer systems should be attempted successfully before the old one becomes inoperative, and it is also one of the issues of computer ethics. That means if it is not considered, that means before the old one becomes inoperative, new software must be ready with revised techniques. Otherwise, it may cause some gap in the relations. And at the same time, considering the health conditions of the software engineers is also very important. Otherwise, they may get back problems, spinal problems, and they must provide, that means the companies should provide wrist support, and to become good looking also they must arrange. And engineers also work in developing weapons, powerful weapons, destructive weapons. What is the role of engineers? And what are the ethics or values that we must keep in mind? That we discuss here. Towards the end of World War II, night raids sometimes on civilian areas were very common. The deaths caused by atom bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki were not more than the deaths caused by single air raids in World War II. So it must be noted. Night raids cause deaths of lakhs of people. But they were horrible because of their power in rapid delivery of a destructive power in immense concentration. That means with more destructive powders. So the bomb contains very large quantity of destructive powders. For example, Hiroshima bomb equivalent to 20,000 tons of TNT powder. So every bomb contains a large amount of destructive powders. USSR exploded hydrogen bombs in 1960. They contained 50 to 60 megaton range for tests with capabilities such as 2000 to 3000 times powerful than Hiroshima bomb. 4,000 to 6,000 miles long train required to carry an equivalent amount of TNT powder. So such a large quantity of destructive powders were used, and they caused much loss to the human beings. So engineers need to examine one's consciousness to take part in any form of a weapon development. So they should think, engineers should think whether it is right or wrong, based on their own values. They have to consider the circumstances leading to the specific conflict and decide whether it is justified to take part in associated weapon development. So, taking into consideration all the situations and circumstances, they must go for the development of a new weapon. If necessary, they should refuse. If necessary, that means if the purpose of manufacturing that bomb is not good for the society, they should refuse to be a part of it. So, definitely, Indonesia should think morally. In the same way, one more thing that we are going to discuss is what are the responsibilities of MNCs to the society. Social responsibility is the obligation of decision makers to take actions which protects and improves the welfare of society as a whole along with their own interest. So definitely companies, they depend on society for the development. They sell their products to the people in the society and they are earning because of people in the society. So they must do at least minimum good to the society. But there are arguments in favor and against these social responsibilities. In favor of social responsibility, what people say, improvement of the social environment benefits both society and business. Social responsibility discourages additional governmental regulations. So when the company is taking their social responsibility, government also feels happy and no restrictions will be there. Internal activities of the enterprise have an impact on the internal environment. Automatically, internal activities also change when there are social responsibilities. They become good. The concept of social responsibility protects interest of stockholders also. How it is opposed? That means what are the arguments against social responsibility? Social responsibilities could reduce economic efficiency because the company should spend something on social responsibility works. So it reduces the profits financially. It is a trouble to the company. It makes the company economically weak. Social responsibility would create excessive cost for the business. In the same way, weaken international balance of payments. So when they are spending much money on these social works, their payment balance may cause trouble. And how it affects a customer. Avoid misleading advertisements. So company, how they can benefit the public with their social responsibility. First point, avoid misleading advertisements. The advertisement given by the company, it should not mislead the customer. It is also one of the main point for the companies who go for the social responsibility. Avoid misleading name of the product. Avoid authorized dealer name for a misleading customer. In the same way, regarding employees, it is also one of the social responsibility of the company that they should pay wages or salaries to the employees correctly and promptly. Fair wages, bonus, incentives is important. Cordial relation towards employees. They should have good relation. Employees and employees should have good relation, cordial relation. And they should be provided good working conditions and creating opportunities for creative and talent employees. That means talented employees must be encouraged. They must be given opportunities to show their creativity. Proper and transparent performance appraisal and promotion. Proper and transparent performance, appraisal, and promotion policies are very important. In the same way, also regarding shareholders, company must keep in mind some things. Assuring security to their fund, that is also a social responsibility. That means the shareholders who invested in the company, they must feel happy and safe. So assuring security to their fund, proper payment of return on investment, they must be paid regularly. That means dividend or anything else. Providing correct information about the company, that is also very important. In the same way, related to government, the business activity should be law abiding. It is also a part of social responsibility. The company should follow the local law. Prompt payment of tax and other duties never causes any inconvenience to government administration. Abiding by pollution controls, it also creates good image for the company. And company is also related to creditors and suppliers. Maintenance of a cordial relationship with creditors and suppliers is needed. Timely payment is also needed. Providing true and correct picture of financial position to the shareholder, to the creditors, creates good relation. And in the same way, because of those companies who follow social responsibility, we can prevent monopoly. Disposal of waste and effluents does not cause any damage to the environment. Creating employment opportunities develops good relation with the public. Balanced regional rural development also appreciated by the government. Here we see some of the real examples of MNCs who go for social responsibility. For example, Tata Group, Birla Group, Godrej, Bajaj. They have done much, they have spent much for the social development or social welfare. J.R.D. Tata, who was instrumental in conducting the first social audit in India. So he conducted even social audit first time in India. The group involved in development of sciences and technology, healthcare, and also they started Center for Human Resource Development, and they promoted art and literature, and they went for rural development. So they have done something to the society which was appreciated. Birla Group involved in technical education, agricultural research, medicine, art and culture, and even in temple building, renovation and archaeology, scientific research and education. Another company, Godrej, also involved in development of education, health and medicine, sports, environment protection, family planning, art, wildlife, etc. Bajaj company showed their social responsibility in community development, higher education, upliftment of orphans, scholarships, spiritual and cultural development, literacy, etc. And the software company Infosys also involved in social responsibility by doing community development, calamity relief, development of ICT in rural areas, spreading awareness of health, hygiene and literacy in slums. So like that, many companies got a reputation because of their social activities along with the development of the company. Thank you.